So today we did an oil change. It is a very simple thing that you have to do for your car. Our situation, I had to jack it up and then use 2 jacks to make sure that it did not move. I had to adjust it a couple times, but then you have to do a bump test, because if it falls while you're under there, it can do some major damage to yourself, and you don't want that. And you can get really hurt when you're under there. Good. Oh, that worked.
Working now? Did it come off?
Yeah, of course. Here comes the oil.
Draining oil?
No, it's just gooshing everywhere. We have to reinsert the washer and stuff. Hey people, having back surgery makes this a lot worse. I made it all nice and clean. Most dirtiest part is right here, because if you drop it, you're screwed again. Okay, I'm done. And it's oily again.
You good?
Yep. You pretty much get an owner's manual, and you look in it, and usually in the where it says like, oh, that's maintenance, this is your engine, this is your air conditioning, there's usually one that has maintenance, and you go to that and there's one that says oil, and pretty much you look for it and you try and find what type of oil it is, like 5W30, 15W like 45. There is multiple kinds of oil, and you have to make sure that you get it right, because it makes it so your engine runs properly. Well, worst part about is taking off the filter. It is inside in a cramped area. And this is your used oil filter filled with oil. Dump it. It barely has any oil in it. What you need is an oil filter like this. It's simple, small, looks pretty normal, black. So what you want to do with the oil filter is, when your hand is greasy, to actually lube up the new oil filter, because if you don't, it'll just break and leak, and it's not a good thing.
The seal will crack, yeah.
And the seal will crack. And okay, people, Brian has succeeded on putting it back on. So once you get it on, keep twisting it till it stops, and then tighten it another 360, which is a full circle, and then about a quarter turn more. That's pretty much it. And then from this point we have to fill it. And mine calls for 3.7 quarters. And watch me fail. And that's about right. And then you're supposed to just put the lid back on. Okay, so lowering time. This is a lot easier at this point. And don't worry if your car shakes a little bit, just make sure no hands or limbs are under the vehicle. Take out both jack stands. And then, this always freaks me out, but you have to go slow on this. And when I mean slow, I mean slow. Because if I would have done a 1/4 inch more of a turn, it would have dropped my car. Lower the engine, and then start it, and then turn it off real quick. Check the level, and then add more if you need to, but if you add about the right amount, or if you spilled just like I did, you will have to check, because you don't know how much you put in. The min is right there, the max is there, and I'm a little low, so I gotta add some more. Come on, don't fail me. Yeah, that's about right. Make sure it's on the inside. Okay, it's on. Okay. That's a lot of work. So, there you go. I actually go straight to Napa, and they have every oil filter. You just tell them what year your car is, what brand it is, what it is, and they're like, okay, and they go back in the back room and get it. You can get the oil at Napa, but I get mine at Walmart. Brands, I gotta stick by them. But there's a lot of places that have oil. Even Target has oil, so it's just you're pushing it, making sure it doesn't move if you accidentally have to like hit something real hard in it. Take a test drive. Just go for a drive for like 2-3 minutes, and then come back, check your oil filter, feel under it, see if any oil is accumulating on the tip, and then if it isn't, then check your level to make sure there's no oil leaking anywhere else, and if it's the same, hasn't changed anyway, you've done it correctly. Clean up. You have to clean your tools so they don't get worn out, and also if you spill oil like I did, grab a paper towel real quick, clean up what you can. It is going to burn off if you do spill in the engine, but it might take longer if you didn't clean it up. So
and then disposal of oil.
The oil, once you drain it and have it in the pan, we have a nice little red container that has a drain hole. We can pour it in that and collect it until it's like 6 or 7 gallons, and then we can take it to the most nearest like landfill that accepts any kind of oil, and then they recycle it and send it back out, and so we just give it to them and dump it.